So let's look at using bins here. So we're going to read in this JSON file into Pandas and make a data frame out of it. This file contains the number of passports that were issued by the United States by year. And this index value was assigned by Pandas because the data only has a year in the count, and this index value came in when we read it into Pandas. Let's make that a little bigger so you can see that. All right. Here we do the same thing. We read it in. We're going to do the head, and then we're going to print the data frame. Then we're going to make bins, and this is a list called bins. It could be called anything. And we've got 1970, 1980, 1990, and 2000. And those are our cut points for grouping these together. So we say the data frame, and we add a new data column in the data frame called decade. And then we do PD for the Pandas cut command. We send it to data frame. We send it the column we want to work at, and then the comma, and then the list that we're using for the cut points. And what we end up with is this. Now, those are the groupings that we're putting things in. Now, if you notice down here, we have the year 1990. 1990 is between 1980 and 1990, but it is less than or equal to 1990. If we go down to 1980, you will see that it is 1980 to 1990, and so they still fit in there. If we go through and we don't like that name that comes up based on the bins, we can come up with our own naming scheme. We're going to do the same thing with the but we're going to do the category rename, and we're going to give it a list, which is 70s, 80s, and 90s now. And we run that, and sure enough, we have 70s, 80s, and 90s. But now we have a problem. If you look closely, the 90s, we have the 80s listed as 1990. Same cut points, but the cut point goes up, includes 1990 for that last cut point. And we don't like that because then we have the 80s. We have 1990 listed in the 80s, which we don't like. And so what we're going to have to do is just change our cut points and subtract by 1 here. So instead of 79, 80, 90, and 2000, we make our cut points 69, 79, 89, and 99. And so up to and including 69 is in the 60s, up to including 79 is in the 70s, up to including 89 is in the 80s, and up to including 90 and 99 and over 99 is going to be in the 2000s. And sure enough, when we run that, now if we look, we can see 1990 is now in the 90s, and 1980 is in the 80s, and 1979 is in the 70s. So using bin and the cut point, we can make a category column in our data to help us then start doing things like crosstabs or other data organization.